Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for coming here today. Well, first of all, if I may, and with all due respects, I would like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Arrernte Nation and the traditional custodians of the land that we gather here today. We pay our respects to the elders, past and present, and we extend that respect to all the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people with us here today. My name is Coral Martinez Iscar. I'm the director of Instituto Cervantes here in Sydney, and we are here to promote or to build bridges amongst culture, Spanish, Hispanic countries. There are more than 22 countries with Spanish as their mother tongue, and with Australia and with the First Nations here today. It is personally an honor, and I am very grateful for my team, and I am very grateful for you, our panelists, let's call them that for now, and then with names and titles. It is an honor that you're here today. We've been trying to organize this for quite some time. Distance, time, agendas, sorry business, I am too in sorry business, has also made this somewhat difficult, but this is the world that we live in, and we have to slow down, Maria Elena told me. I have to slow down, and we have to seize the time and seize the moment that we're here today. We are here to celebrate wonderful bridges amongst our cultures, and we are here to honor this wonderful culture of the land that we are here today. We are also here today not only to listen to the stories, to the culture, and to these bridges, the metaphorical bridges that we would like to build, but also to acknowledge this wonderful event called the Return of the Land. We are here to talk about cultural works, wonderful voices and stories of our panelists that come from remote desert communities, and we would like to share it with our Spanish speakers and international audience with a wonderful Spaniard as a moderator. Running Water has a wonderful book of poems that has compiled, titled Woman's Work, Poems for Arrernte. And I will try to tell you this wonderful title, with all due respects, hopefully correctly. Arrelena, Kna, Akana, and Genja. I would also like to acknowledge that our wonderful director, Luis García Montero, is also a poem writer. He's very famous in our country. So as you can imagine, this is a very special event for him, and it comes to his heart. Without further ado, I would like to present our wonderful panelists, and they will shortly come up here with me. First, Tisha Carter. She comes from Matual, how to say that? From Alice Springs, sorry. And she has worked in the Healing Center supporting the elders and organizing traditional medicine workshops and smoke ceremony. She is the author, one of the authors in the poetry, and her poetry appears in this book. We would love to read some of her poems. And we would also like to acknowledge the wonderful work of this translated poems in Spanish. We are also honored here by Jorge Salabert, who is here. He is the translator of these poems, who were written in English and translated into Spanish, and the Instituto Cervantes financed this translation. We will also like to welcome our second member of the panelists, Maria Elena Ellis, who is also very welcome here. I was fortunate to know her. Maria Elena is Arrernte and Walpiri woman from the community of Amonguna, also from Alice Springs. She's a wonderful cultural advisor, educator, scriptwriter, and multilingual poet. In 2023, she joined the First Nations Advisory Council in Persons Publishing, and in 2024, she completed a residency in the University of Melbourne's publishing program, while receiving a Varuna Writing Fellowship for her upcoming manuscript. Kiran Mapjana Satur, hopefully well pronounced. He's a wonderful writer, producer, and we will shortly see a documentary from him. His works are drawn from his ancestral heritage, and he has lived his experience as an Aboriginal man creating films that highlighted the resilience and cultural strength. His projects include let's see if I pronounce it correctly, Ngurawana, winner of the Monsters Children's Shorts Film Award in 2023. He's also executive producer of We Are Warriors Through the Fire, awarded a Bronze Lion in the Cannes Lion Festival in 2023. He is also co-founder of Garana, a 100% Aboriginal-owned production company which promotes Indigenous participation in STEM fields. His documentary, Return of the Land, is part of today's program. And last, but definitely not least, Mariano, here also today, is an Australian born of Spanish heritage. His wonderful parents are also here today. His father is a torero. It's impossible to be more Spanish than that. He is part of the community press group Running Water, and he has led, and thanks to his hard work and generosity, the Spanish translation of Women's Talk. He also serves as a member of Board of SRAP, and he is actively, and I say it with the bottom of my heart, very actively collaborates with First Nation groups and volunteers nationally. He has been not only the moderator, will be the moderator of this work, but he has definitely, with all his heart and free time, managed that this event actually took place. We have tried several times, and it's always been difficult, as I said before, because of multiple reasons. So thank you from the bottom of our heart, Mariano. And last but not least, we have a wonderful fusion not only of our cultures, of our poems, and of film, but also, as many of you have already experienced, a wonderful mixture of our gastronomic paella, which is a very typical dish in Spain with desert flavor brought by Maria Elena, and I truly hope that you have that you have liked it. Without further ado, we put the documentary, if that's okay, and then I'll like to welcome my panelists to the thing. Thank you so much.
Aurora. The meaning is running water in the creek. Sometimes when it's big flood, it can be dangerous. It can be full of rage, full of anger. It's also that gentle water that flows in the creek. It's calm, it's cleansed. It just takes all that negativity away. And Aurora is, for us, is like how we see it. And we use that metaphorically for our poetry.
Yung ari na chena Teresa Alice komje yellow yung ara the panangka yung kusa aranga chena la panangka and panangka and pangata tar yung mananain because I'm connected to my grandfather. That's where I get my skin name from my grandfather. The passion of these words and passion what we're doing is really connecting and showing the love of the land and showing our love to each other. So we're all standing together and sitting together with the land, you know, and connecting ourselves. I love the sound of the ancient world. I like to listen to the deep sound of the old chanting songs. It connects me back to the timeless land, the land that only spirits walk. It teaches me to listen with my heart. My heart opens and releases my spirit deep into the land. It sings and dances as it goes deep into the land. The knowledge fills my heart. Songs of the land, the songs that make me dance with the wind.
ngi chena walpri mura wapatali nyan nyong kona manga ka kaljaramal ngi chena kana churunga kata ayi la karada tara min malu jara in walpri nyong mata manga ka kaljara ka mi chena kana churunga ka aljara ayaparinya inda lap and tara de chena kana eri chelanak nyora kangin jantora ta ye chen te ilama rantara ka takan ta remma muri chena murale chena murpote chena takan ta aknga chena nganjel ta remma yengala kaljalan ta ka tara de chen ma pala apmana perli chemen yan ma pal yang chenga menaga chenga kaljalan ta nanta renama pe pagata renama. The calm within the storm. The calm within the storm is how I see you. Gentle like the wind that dances across the desert plains, beautifully, gracefully, happily. Gentle like the wind, creating the beautiful willy willy as it dances through the ancient Arrernte land. Gentle like the wind that races across the barren landscape, sweeping the land to its clean. Gentle like the wind that calms the harsh barren land. Gentle like the desert wind, sweet melodies echoes through the trees, shrubs, and grass. Gentle like that wind, that music was written by our Mama Arrernte land for all her creation upon her ancient Arrernte land. Gentle like the wind that the desert splendor of our flora and fauna blooms. You are the calm within our storm, when the wind blows angrily, aggressively, and uncontrollably. You are the calm within our storm, when the willy raging across the barren landscape in a fit of rage. You are our calm within our storm, when the sweet melodies turn into thunder, flashes of lightning, and the sound of the lightning striking angrily. You are the calm within our storm.
Welcome to a Madjara country. My name is Tisha Naparula Kara. I have been inspired to write my poetry from my country. This is a place where I brought my children to grow up and for us to find peace. Something I felt when I woke up in the morning. I walked outside. Everything was wet, drops on the trees, and the smell of the air was fresh. It was nice and cool. It was something I felt in my heart. A relief. A sadness had lifted. My friend, I thought about you. Coming back here makes us feel connected to who we are. Makes my family. I bring my children and I bring my grandchildren, so they know their country too. We have to go back to our country and look after our country and be respectful for who we are.
Hello, my name is Maureen O'Keefe. I come from Alikarang, born and raised there. The poem I've written about is Mum's Lost Song. My mum, she was a composer and dancer for this place called Kolo Kolo. She was what you call a Yawuli leader. And the reason I've written this poem is that some of her songs has been lost and forgotten. Mother's Lost Song. Mother's song has disappeared, never to be sung again. So who will sing Mother's song? This song is as ancient as the land itself. Mother's song has disappeared like a whisper in the wind. Through sands of time, the song has echoed through 1,000 years. It's to me but a fading memory, but I still hear her singing in the wind. Her singing echoing through this desert. I see her in my dreams, singing to me. She sings of long ago, when the earth was young. This beautiful gifted woman, the singer of songs. She tells about the spirit woman, the giver of this beautiful song. She says she is from the sky where the stars twinkle at night. She dances on the Milky Way, slowly floating down to earth. She gave Mother this song. Who could sing as beautiful as she? So who will sing Mother's song? If I could turn back time just to hear her sing to me. A beautiful song, never to be sung. Mother's song is lost, erased by the winds of changes. Nothing but a whisper in the wind, a faint whisper in the desert. Mother's song carried away into the distance. Maybe the wind will bring a new song. Please whisper these songs to me. I want to hear it. The only singing I hear in the desert is the rustling of the leaves, singing of the birds, the drone of the noisy cicadas, the howling of the dingoes, the hooting of the desert owl, the sound of crickets, the sound of the desert, where Mother's song once echoed. Her singing carried off by the desert wind into the distance. Mother's song has disappeared into the wind. The connection to my mum, to this place, it goes back to my great-great-grandmother about how her songline traveled to this land long ago. And Mum, she was a caretaker. She's the one that holds the cultural knowledge to this land for the storyline and the song lines, and Mum was the only person who knew the song lines to this land, and nobody else would sing it. If we can try to preserve some of the languages and song lines and culture of this place, it'll be beautiful again.
My name is Desmond Byrne. I am the son of Trevor Byrne. Trevor Byrne is the son of Frank Byrne.
My name's Stanley Byrne, Valencia Byrne's son, Frank Byrne's grandson, and yeah, I live out on the blocks, out on Twitcher community. I'm Frank Byrne. I was born in the bush on Christmas Creek Station in the Kimberley, in the north of Western Australia, on the 20th of July 1937. This is the story of my life, the story of a boy who was taken away from his mother and his family forever when he was 6 years old. He had no say in it, his family had no say in it, the government had all the say in everything. I still have many memories of my life at Christmas Creek before I was taken away. My name was Gudari. I had a wonderful mum. Her name was Mori Yulongru. She was a Gunyandi woman from Fitzroy Crossing, and she had some sort of Asian blood in her too. I remember she loved me and I loved her. I remember the feeling of being held by her, feeling close and safe with her. What I was reading was my grandfather's book, Living in Hope, just a story about his life and how he was taken away from his mother and his family, and how he spent half his life looking for his mother. The book just makes me proud, happy. It's a pretty priceless thing.
Hola, my name's Marilina. And bye. I want to read something that I'm going to try to read it in Spanish. Because Spanish is like, sound a little bit like Arrernte, so I had this one done yesterday. I practiced last night, today at the airport, and I'm here on the stage, so inhale, exhale. Gracias. A los tres, familia español, por acún era house aquí hoy. Para con par diar, los tres es do dia en un poema. Para con para diar, los tres es do dia de Morahead Arrernte. Para con para diar desde la Tierra. Estamos bendecida de net nós. Estamos bendecida de teneros como familia. Ellos que eran os tres pedimos a todas. Muchas gracias.
Well done. All right. So, that was very beautiful. Very well read too.
Do I sound Spanish?
Sí. So, I think it would be nice, maybe you, Kieran, can talk about what it was like to film on country and go out to country.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my name's Kieran Sator. I'm the director and producer of this film. My father's actually from Alice Springs, so my family's from the Northern Territory, but I grew up here in New South Wales. My mother's from Foster on the mid-North Coast, so we're Warramai people. From Foster, and my dad's Arrernte. So for me, I guess going out to Central Australia to tell the stories of these women was such an incredible experience, you know, and the young fellas too, out at Tuitja. Traveling to everyone's homelands, getting to know your mob, getting to know your stories and your country, and being welcomed there by your mob was incredible. You know, it was such a blessing to be able to tell these stories with you. Yeah. What was it like for you as well, the making of the film, and how was that process?
What, making of the film? This one was good and challenging. I know I was giving you a little bit of a hard time, but you know, I was teaching him at the same time. But it was good to have Kieran there, and showcasing our voice, through poetry. And, we all have different talents. And, my sister's an artist. I chose writing because I love writing. When I growing up and going to school, I used to spend most of my days in the library. I got bullied for it. And because I chose to, sit and read and stuff. So I chose writing. It's more powerful. Like they say, the pen is mightier than the sword, and I believe that.
And you, Tisha?
Well, um,
What was it
like,
like going out?
like, well, I was a part of running.
Speak up.
I was a part of Running Water Community Press, and we was inspired. It was I worked for a Kilira, that's a healing center in Alice Springs, and we did bush medicine. I worked with the old lady, and so Kieran came across and asked us if we'd like to do our poems in our country, and that was a big, really, really big thing because, like, I don't speak my language, but I live on my country, and we go back and we take our children and our grandchildren, and to showcase something like this is inspiring other cultures that we're still alive, and our culture's still very, very strong. And we want to pass it on to our children and our grandchildren, because if we don't, it's going to be lost. And like, I don't know, but a lot of the mining companies just taking all the riches and destroying our land. And if we don't show our kids now, who's going to show them in the future? No one. So that was a big thing for me. Yep. And like, my mum was part of the stolen generation. She was taken when she was 7 and my auntie was 12. And it was really lucky. We were pretty privileged people. Like, my auntie still spoke old Amadura, so had that connection, And yeah, so it's a long road. If we don't start doing something now, it's going to be lost, But yeah.
I guess it's like Nambanjipa's poem about, the mothers, losing the mothers, and what does that mean? Like, people don't really know much about songlines and how old they are and how they travel, and doing it. Maybe explain something, Kieran, about songlines?
I'm not the person.
Or maybe, I think Mariana might be the person, because a lot of people don't understand songlines and what it means and the...
You've seen...
That's, yeah, Maureen.
Maureen, sorry. Maureen Nambajimpa's poem about mothers' lost songs. The songline is more like a modern GPS nowadays. You put that address you want to go there, it'll take you here, there, everywhere. It's amazing gadget, technology, so you won't get lost out and scrub there somewhere or wherever you go. The songline is a connection through one tribal boundary to the next. It carries on the songline for the totem, for the animal, it changes. So the songline for us in ceremony time, we remember, we celebrate, we celebrate ancestors, the first mob that was there. So songline is like a modern GPS. If you sing that song in another country, they'll say, "Oh, I know this song," and you automatically, you just reconnect. So if I'm somebody, my totem is butterfly, I can go to Western Australia and I'm not lost there. I may be a stranger, a visitor, but once I find out that my totem is butterfly, I get connected with the butterfly group, the ones that belong to the songline of butterfly, the dancers of butterfly. I connect to them. They are like my mothers and my sisters, and they take care of me. And that's how we use our relationship, our knowledge of relationship, because we got immediate family as you know, your mom and dad and whatnot, then you got other families.
Mm.
So it's very different to, like, you know, Western family is very nuclear. You know, like it's related by, like, your blood is what binds you, but well, you're saying you're bounded by something deeper.
Yeah, you got the nuclear family in that Western society, and then you got us mob. We are related to everyone. And here in the audience, you know, my family is here. I can see my family's here.
Mm.
And you know who you are. And that's why I'm happy that families are here.
Mm. A lot of people don't realize, but songlines literally, like Marie was saying, they go across this whole continent. You know, like I was on a shoot recently in the top of Cape York, and I was speaking to those mob there, and I was telling them where I'm from, and they were telling me about all these songlines that go from the top of Queensland all the way through to Uluru. And they were like telling me about all their songlines and everything. They were like, yeah, so it's really connected the whole, and you think about how big Australia is as like a landmass, it's huge. And it honestly connects us all across this whole continent.
And across language too, right? Like
Across all
it's got
languages.
it's nothing to do with the language. It's the actual songline, which is something. It's pretty incredible.
And we talk about over 300 different distinct languages across this whole continent too. So songlines connected us all, and they still do, you know, despite language barriers. Yeah.
And like with this book getting translated into like Spanish, what do you think like about that and what that means? Like, is it, you know, extending across to other cultures around the world that speak Spanish, and there's a lot of like
Absolutely.
indigenous cultures.
It's time. It's about time.
Yeah, and it might be connecting songlines all the way on the other side of the
Some
world.
songlines are dangerous,
Yeah.
so we're not going to lose some of them. But yes, that connection, working collaboratively with the other, you know, indigenous people from all over the world. You know, the first language speakers. You know, this language we speak, and it doesn't belong to us. So it's okay for me to break it down and, you know, kill English sometimes.
And it's like, well, Quadra, you're water women, yeah?
But yeah.
Yeah. And how important that is. Like it rains. Like now it's raining. It was raining outside. Just
I got to correct him.
Yeah.
Sometimes he just go off
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm butterfly.
You're a butterfly.
I'm butterfly. This is near Quadra.
You're Quadra, huh?
With the rainmakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like with working at Running Water Community Press, the whole lot of us, like there's Marie, she's Walpre Central.
I'm Arrernte Walpre.
Yeah.
Arrernte Walpre.
And then for myself, I'm a Madura. Then we got Maureen O'Keefe, she belongs to Kadich and Warramunga. Amelia Turner and Shirley Turner, they Central and Eastern Arrernte.
And Yawara.
Yeah. And we got two men there. And Don Kavanagh, he's Arrernte.
Eastern Arrernte.
And Central A.
Central.
And then we got Trevor Burns and
His family, they
Goodrich Mob, Goodrich Mob 2A from Western Australia. So we've got a lot of different people. But with us mob, we the water, connected to water. And like Maureen Mob, the biggest thing, just want to speak about it, like where I live, our river runs up, it's called the Hanson Creek, and it runs into a big artesian, all this water, and it's in Maureen O'Keefe's country. And if you'd like to Google it, the Chinese want to buy this water for farms, And Maureen is fighting for this country because the amount of water that they want to take from this country is like 3 times the amount of Sydney Harbour. And once they take that water, they're going to kill all the sacred trees, everything. So she's been fighting. She's a warrior. She's been fighting for a while for her country. Yeah. And that has been a big struggle, and we have supported Maureen with that water fight. Because you got overseas company wants to go and get the water, use it for the farming or whatnot, because that area where Maureen's country is, it's very sacred. It belonged to her ancestors, and it has old stories. Oh. Yes. I don't know why it's progress, they say, but it's destroying our country. They say skyscrapers make city beautiful. Our mountains are too beautiful. Our mountains are ancient. They're like an old castle, standing tall, with that white gum tree shining. They are knights that keeping that castle safe. Why destroy something beautiful just to pollute the world? Water is precious. Water is life. We run out of water, what we gotta drink? Can't drink money, we can't drink gold. You can't drink alcohol because we'll all be, in a machine. There's no other planet to go to. That's true. Water is life. How you gonna have your coffee, your cappuccino, and your lattes? Can't have wine for breakfast. Water sustained us. It gives us life. It's life giver.
And would you like to maybe read a poem in choral that's in Spanish from Tisha?
Oh, you want to go first?
Huh? She's
right.
got it there, and then Maria Elena, you have a poem too that you'd like to read? Yes.
To be able to build bridges amongst cultures, our language is a key. Our songs, our food. And what we're trying to do here, thanks to wonderful translation, is to try to build bridges amongst our languages. It is wonderful to be able to translate these poems. All this library and many more books that we have stored is all in Spanish. As I said before, there are more than 22 countries that have Spanish as their mother tongue. So we're literally building bridges so those that do not know English and do not know your languages can know your poems and can know your stories. This is opening up to the world.
As you know, Quadra is water.
Kodwa.
Cool water. A few drops, it ripples out to make a creek, a river. It helps to wet the ground, to relieve the thirst of dry country, of plants, animals, and people of the land.
Kucha. El agua fresca. Unas cuantas gotas. Se extiende hasta hacer un arroyo, un río. Ayuda a empapar el suelo, a aliviar la sed de la tierra seca, de plantas, animales y la gente de esta tierra.
Have you seen this on the screen? This is something that I wrote. One of the old ladies had passed on. She was a lawwoman. She held her law, and she played a big part of this book. Most of the old ladies that I've worked with, they've passed on now. But yeah, I thought of her, and this is what I wrote about her. When I woke up in the morning, I walked outside. Everything was wet, drops on the trees, and the smell of The air was fresh. It was nice and cool. It was something I felt in my heart. A relief, a sadness had lifted. My friend, I thought about you.
Algo que sentí. Cuando desperté por la mañana, salí de casa. Estaba todo mojado, gotitas en los árboles, y el aire tenía un olor a fresco. Se estaba muy bien, y el día era fresco. Fue algo que sentí en el corazón, un alivio. Se había disipado una tristeza. Amiga mía, pensé entonces en ti. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, Maria Elena, would you like to read
Yes.
one of your poems?
And it's up to you, audience, if you want to just inhale, exhale, close your eye, and just relax. You know, no word, just. This one's called Yap Queen, called Butterfly Queen. All right? You know, when I encourage your audience to close your eyes and inhale and exhale to relax, so that way we avoid that eye contact. I'm the Yap Queen. The color of my skin is my eternal gown I wear with pride, blessed by the sun-burned spark, beautifully imprinted, forever blessed from the ancient ancestors of old. The kuluman I wear upon my head is the gown, abundance of knowledge, and whom I belong to. I belong to the ancient royalty of my Ndoya ancestors. My family's royal emblem is the witch-tailed eagle, beautiful, majestic, and powerful. My desert jewel I wear, more precious than the precious stones. The seeds from the tree of life, abundant with food. Life is precious, life is beautiful, life is given. My language is spoken from ancient ancestors, from time immemorial. Language is knowledge, language is richness, language is powerful, language is who I am, Arrernte. My desert is my kingdom, my desert is my castle, my desert is my domain. The desert is my home in which I roam freely, happily, and protected by the natural elements of country. My butterfly wings give me freedom to fly into the spiritual realms where my ancestors dwell. I am free, happy, and confident. I am the Yap Queen.
That was beautiful.
Want to hear another one?
Yep.
This one is called The Desert Rose. The desert rose blooms, the desert rose blooms beautifully. A rare beauty belong to the desert. Its petals, delicate yet resilient, captured the essence of survival in an unforgiving landscape. The desert rose stands as a testament to nature's ability to thrive amidst adversity, offering a vivid contrast to its harsh surroundings. The desert rose, a totem standing for its creation stories, dance, and ceremony. The desert rose is not just a flower, but a symbol deeply ingrained in the cultural fabric of the desert communities. The desert rose, its presence marks the tales of creation, dances filled with ancestral rhythm, and ceremony that honor the cycles of life and nature. The desert rose, with its unique charm and strength, embodies the spirit of the desert, a reminder of the beauty that can emerge from even the most unlikely of places. Thank you.
I want to share one. I just wrote a new poem about 3 months ago. Yeah, so this is pretty raw. So yeah, let's finish it off. The cry of the little people. The children, the little people are running and running, scared and frightened, crying, help me, help me, help me. Tummies are hungry, trauma is with them. This pain is the pain of the ancestors, circles of heartache and cruelty. Come home, says the whispers of the wind. The sounds of the wind carries the cries to the old ones, our fathers, our mothers, our grandfathers, our grandmothers, to tell them, shelter them with the armor of the majestic white gum trees. Cover the little ones with your branches. Soothe them with the smell of your eucalyptus perfume. The little people are precious. They need unconditional love and the safety arm wrapped around by the trees. Gentle healing. Trees are swaying in the breeze. Leaves falling into the river. Trees are crying. The river gently catching the leaves. Tears from the trees moving with the river. It carries drops of crystal clear water, cleansing the pain and the sadness of my people. Yeah.
Wow, they're very beautiful poems.
Thank you. And if I could read all my poems, we'll be here all night. We're tired, we're not going to sleep.
All right. Yeah. I think before we finish off, maybe if anyone has any questions I'd like to ask.
Thank you very much. I would like to understand a bit more about those totems, that you are saying that you are like the butterfly totem and you are the water or the bringing the rain, sorry. Yeah. When do you get, can you explain a bit, like how do you get these totems?
Where do you get the totems from? How does that happen? With must be with
The totem is depending on who you are, where you're born, who your families are. I'm Arrernte, my mom's Arrernte, and my father's Walbury. I belong to the Malujara. That's, say, in movies, I see some Spanish movie, you got your emblem of dragon or whatnot. You belong to that house. Yes. It's like Games of Thrones. You belong to the wolf. You belong to the dragon, the deer, and the king got killed by the pig. So I love watching TV. So totem is like who you are, where you come from. It's your country. Different language group. Australia, it's got different language groups. We know who we are, where we come from. The totem is you're born under that flag. Yes.
Some places in the country are patrilineal, so that you follow your father's line. Other places, like in the desert, that's all patrilineal there. But over here on the east coast in Australia, it's actually all matrilineal up the southeast. So everywhere in Australia is different. You follow. It's like a cultural protocol, really. That determines who you are and where your country is, what your totem is.
And who you are in that status in your family. And to be able to to show that you have to go to ceremony and perform and dance and what. It's not a competition, it's a celebration. When white fellow call it corroboree. All right? There's no corroboree about it. It's sharing of our culture, our stories, everything within us. We dance and celebrate. It's like when people are dancing, they have wine and food and everything, and they celebrate the year of the donkey and the cat and whatnot. Different culture have different ways of celebration.
Is it much being done about preserving the languages, different languages
Yes,
of the people?
in remote communities, yeah, language is spoken every day at home. It's been documented. We write it, you know. We do
Yes,
documentaries.
this is
We
what
are
I mean.
preserving.
Is it being documented?
Yes, we've got dictionaries and everything. Yeah, our language is still strong, and we still speak it. We speak it with strength. We speak it with pride, and we speak it with power. That's how Arrernte is. It's like your language. You know, you go to a Spanish country, you speak it properly. You embrace. You embrace your family, your friends from your country. That's how we do. But some languages slowly going extinct. But we are there to help those languages that are being lost. We help them lift it. Lift it. Because we carry the Kulaman of knowledge. And we share that Kulaman. And
There's a huge amount of languages that have been lost, but there's a lot of revitalization work. My grandmother's language on the East Coast, that was the last speaker. She passed away, I think, in the 80s, the late 80s. But there's people speaking my language today, and we named our business Garuwa after it's a language name from Gatang, which means ocean. So there's a huge amount of work, especially in the East Coast and places that were colonized earlier than the desert. Because, in the desert, they were lucky enough to be able to hold on to the language, but the colonization happened a lot earlier here in the East Coast. So a lot of languages were lost, but huge amount of work happening. Yeah.
In Spain, we also have our regional languages. And they're also always telling us that we have to embrace our culture and our heritage and to make sure that they are never lost. Instituto Cervantes has as a key mission not only to promote Castellano, which is the main Spanish, shall we say, or the one that's mostly spoken, but also our regional languages. That is also our mission, which of course have many less speakers. But we have to ensure that they are still alive, as well as we promote culture, as you know. And that also includes regional dances, regional music, and that goes on generation to generation to ensure it's never lost. Something that you talked about before, that families take care of families. We have a very clear example how our culture is so similar in many ways. COVID, which we all know what it is, happened fairly recently. We suddenly found ourselves locked in our houses and without many families, Spanish-speaking families, without income because of what was happening. Well, families took care of families. Where there were government or there wasn't work or there wasn't the everyday necessities of every family was always taken care of by their own. I'm not only talking about blood, of course, your families, your relatives. That is very strong in Spain, but also your neighbors. The people that that is also very strong in our culture, and I see a clear reflection from yours.
But did this come about when COVID?
No, it's always been there. It's just an
Always
example.
been like that. Yes. COVID was a big thing,
COVID was a big thing.
All over the world.
COVID was a big thing, definitely. But it's just a clear example of how everything came together. And it wasn't centuries ago. That was just a couple of years ago. And the regional languages is a clear mission of Instituto Cervantes. We're more than 100 Instituto Cervantes around the world. And we all have the mission not only to promote Spanish, but also to create bridges amongst the cultures of those countries where we're at. And regional languages is also part of our mission. So I see many things that connect us all, yes.
I want to add to that as well. I forgot to mention that English is my 6th, 7th language, and I want to add Spanish to it.
Last year we did a little bit of cultural bridging with a bit of flamenco fusion with Maria Elena's poems, which was pretty special, and I mean, I was actually, well, Coral said before, I was Australian, but I'm actually born in Spain, so I came here when I was a child, and just it's growing up with the Spanish culture and growing up in Australia with multicultural, like all my friends were South American, and like you just kind of you use language as it becomes a key to opening up connection with people. So it doesn't really matter where you're born. The fact that you're alive is a gift, and it's actually not yours. Like you're learning this body, and it's made of the elements, and you form part of everything around you. So when you spend time on country or you're out in nature and you're there with love and respect for everything that you see, and you realize there's no separation between you, then you can really understand how important it is to cultivate the true culture that we all have as human beings, which is love. That's the one thing that shouldn't lack in anything we do. And I find it kind of really special when we get to hang out and just feel that love. Like there's no word there, it's just feeling, and it's really,
Feel the love.
yeah.
For my family.
Exactly.
It just occurred to me how I met this one here. This one here. I was in the Blue Mountains for the Varuna Writers Retreat. So I was there for 2 weeks. I didn't last 2 weeks. I wrote everything in 1 week, and I was like, I got nothing. So Olivia said, oh, you can go to Sydney and hang out with Mariano. I said, who's this Mariano? That's how we got to meet. And from there, yeah, I'm really blessed to have met Mariano and Mariano, mom and dad and auntie. They're my family too. And I got 2 other families over there at the back hiding way over there. When you know that person and you that respect, it grows. It grows, and that person will remember you forever. Maybe in next life we'll avoid them. The question over there.
I'm very pleased to be here tonight because I feel the connection, and also I'm very proud that you can walk with pride and dignity, and to be proud of who you are and where you come from. Like many people around here, we come from different parts of the world, and we are proud of our culture. Thank you so much.
It's overwhelming to be here, really. I'm trying to pinch myself. We're part of this Spanish family now. And it's a beautiful gift for us. And to be able to work in collaboration. It's just beyond words, really. Our work gonna go, our poetry, our story is gonna go everywhere. Our stories hasn't been anywhere out of Australia, except for promotional packages. Come and visit, Australia in a tourism sort of way. But for us, it's about time that we show the world that who we are, not what they think they are, that they have been told, that they think that what we do and how we are. We're there to showcase ourselves, our story, our country, our ceremony, our lifestyle. Some will get like cultural shock. It's a reality that we live in. And I may add that the cost of living, you come to our community in Alice Springs, you go to the remote community in Alice Springs, and then you can feel and see the cost of living. The city is like, what? I got happy because the prices were cheaper, and yet they cry about the cost of living. That's the difference. So you got the bad and the ugly and the sad part of it, everything. But we've lived through that. We're still here. We're still standing tall and sharing our story with a smile. And, you know, take that love and that respect back to you.
And the dream is to go to Spain one day, huh? That's our next dream, is to be able to go to Spain and really show culture and allow people to, see that, huh? That's a plan, huh?
Mm-hmm. And learn more Spanish.
That's a plan.
I'm not running the street where the bull's going to chase me now.
Not in my town.
Thank you for being here. I was so pleased to hear all the words and the poems that you have written. I lived in Central Australia for a year and probably a couple of months, and I was wondering when you were talking and telling all these poems about country, I was wondering if there's something similar, because a lot of the conception of country is in stories. And I was wondering if there's something that English-speaking people and Spanish-speaking people have that can be similar to a story. That's one question. And another one is like, when you were telling about country being heard, I was wondering what is going to happen with the stories if country is destroyed. Like, would it change? Would it be adjusted? Would it disappear? What's going to happen with the stories, which is the spiritual stories of country?
Yeah, it's really sad. Thanks for that question. Country is beauty itself. It's like women or men. You're beautiful as you are. Then you got to pay a lot of money to go get plastic surgery. And then it doesn't happen. And if something goes wrong with your face and all that, and then it's what happens in country. You dig it up, blow it up and whatnot for the precious minerals. You take it out. And you leave a big scar, an ugly scar upon the earth. You destroy that beauty that was already there. It's like you save all this money for plastic surgery and you come out like big lip and whatnot. You look like I'm wearing like swimming thingy, what they call them. You glue it on. Why you gotta puff your mouth, your lips, look like blowfish? Why you wanna look so young? Just be grateful that you are here. That word, grow old gracefully. What happened to it? You get a lot of old men looking like young fellas. What's going on with six-pack? Sorry, I just got too far with my metaphor. And I love it when I see families smiling and laughing. What was the other question again?
I think you answered it.
There was that country and destroying and whatnot.
Yeah.
Greedy for mineral. Like, you look at it. You look at country and you think, oh, Marie's metaphor into like plastic surgery and whatnot. You know? Don't get older to buy a brand new car.
I can see exactly what you're saying about the stories getting lost because of mining and all that. But at the end of the day, it's going to be recorded. You know? It has to be recorded in the archive. And to answer, everybody's greedy now. You know, things have changed. People are going with the times. Some people don't agree with the mining, but there's other people that do. But there's a rippling effect, the ramifications that happens on your country. You know, we're going to have places then everywhere in the world. We're not going to have water. Water is the most precious, more expensive than gold. And you know, with mining, they destroy the water. We're already drinking bottled water. 40 years ago, It was, I remember reading an article. They're saying, oh, you know, we're going to have bottled of water. Never thought it'll happen in my lifetime. So this is where people like us, as Indigenous people, we have to share with our children to take care of the world. It's just, you can just see it now, what's happening in the world. Very, very sad, you know, for our children and our grandchildren. Probably in our grandchildren's time, won't be any water around. That's why it's good to talk about these things to the next generation. Very sad. But like you're saying, you know, like what's going to happen? We can't answer that, you know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
What's going to happen. You know what's happening right now? What's happening in Northern Hemisphere? It's destroying the earth, the country, the minerals and whatnot. You got three-eye atlas hanging around up there. We should be scared of that one. Instead of destroying country, worry about them up over there.
Sea level rise.
Sorry. I can mess up there again. Three-eye atlas, it's floating around up like space.
Okay, well, I think we'll probably call it, right? Well, thank you very much, everyone, for coming. And thank you for coming from so far to be here.
Thank you.
And Kieran as well. Thank you for coming along.
Busy day. I had 2 days of meeting. Talk about family drama. Didn't have enough energy to pack my bags, organize my dog. You seen Jasmine on that? That's my baby, Jasmine. To organize a babysit, you know. My sister to take care of Jasmine. And then, yeah, and got off the plane. And we're here now with family. Thank you, Ma, for coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gracias por allá. Por allá mean in my language, star.
That made me feel very special. My name is Star. Thank you so much for coming. The video can, thank you so much for being here today. They will be our guests until Sunday. And it is an honor to have you here and to be able to present your work to the world. This library and each and every library, Instituto Cervantes, a Spanish library, when your poems aren't translated, they can be put in all our libraries. And we have, as I said, in the 5 continents, we have libraries in Spanish. So your stories will be told and they will be read. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you. Gracias.